Joining me at Moneypenny headquarters today is none other than Matt Gilpin of Sprift. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm very well, David.
Matt,
Thank you.
other than fantastic trucker caps, which everybody has been sporting since conference season.
Only to upset Ben Sellers from Starbury. I'm not allowed to have one, apparently.
Superb merchandise and really recognisable brand.
Thank you.
For people that have been living under a rock and that don't know, tell us what Sprift solves for estate agents.
The problem it solves is aggregating property-specific data. So ultimately, the data that is required to progress a property transaction, right from the outset of preparing for a vow, right the way through to information required in the conveyancing and lending process. So that's what we do, ultimately, property-specific data.
And you're presenting that property-specific data in a good-looking format. It's accessible by both vendors, buyers, renters, landlords, and your reports are superb. But they can also be used as a tool for business generation and also sort of supporting those customers through their journey.
Yeah, exactly. The architecture of the platform is the property professional. So in this case, we're talking about the agent can log into our platform and see a dashboard on any one of the 29.6 million UK residential properties and see a load of data points instantly about that property. From there, they can build reports, either online reports or PDF reports, to present to buyer or seller or potential seller, homeowner. And they can also then share that data on with other property professionals involved in the transaction.
So today's meeting is with the ICG group, and obviously you've been a part of that pretty much since day one.
Yeah.
It's allowed collaboration more than anything else. That's the message that we're hearing today.
Yeah, quite.
And your tool is known for being something that really does play well with others. So how important is collaboration to sort of your overall business model?
Yeah, very important, and not just kind of paying it lip service, and also not trying to kind of collaborate where there isn't a clear fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately we're very keen collaborators. We do a lot of collaboration, and like anything we do, it's driven by our users. We're very fortunate. Right from day dot when we've taken Sprift out to agents, we've had fantastic feedback. A lot of it is like, no, I don't want it doing that. It needs to do that. Okay, right, fine. Well, that's great feedback. And so a lot of the collaborations and integrations we've done are basically, ultimately our users, our loyal client base asked for it. So, and it's great that the businesses within the ICG, that's it's one of the sort of the core principles of the group. So right, if you're part of the group, then you need to certainly be open to exploring collaboration.
It feels like we're in the golden age of property data. I mean, the data's always been out there, but nobody really has ever spent and invested time to sort of bring all those data points together in an easily accessible way. But it seems to be making a great deal of difference for agents on a day-to-day basis. Where are you expecting it to go in the future?
There is. Well, when I first got into this and thought, this is a good idea from my own sort of experience in property, little did I know how scattered property data was in the UK and just the mess it was in. So we've come a long way tidying that up, aggregating it, making sense of it. We've still got a hell of a long way to go in terms of additional data sets we want to go. I think we've got something like about 50 different data sets ready to go onto the platform, which already ready to be released this year, and with plenty more to come. But ultimately, at the moment, everything that's been sort of discussed from the kind of the government's levelling up white paper down is all about upfront information, material information, and that's ultimately what we've been doing now for 6 odd years. So that's kind of for me where it's going. So whether that's upfront information, whether it's property transaction packs, whether it's logbooks, all of that, but ultimately, when I'm thinking about listing my property for sale or rent, or I'm thinking to go and buy or rent a property, it's everything I need to know about that property. And just go, there it is, fine. And of course, then that can make transactions simpler, reduce fall-through rates, reduce transaction times, etc., etc.
Yeah, and continues to deliver great value for the agent. And I think the purpose of it really is that at its core, that agent always seems knowledgeable with the vendors, and that breeds trust.
Yes.
So and money can't buy that.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was certainly where our first, where we got the earliest traction of Sprift was when agents were saying, well, actually, yeah, look, this just demonstrates my local sort of that I'm the true local property expert, if you like. Gains that trust. I go around and say, look, actually, I am valuing your property at this, and here's why, because I've taken all of these facts about your property into account, not just the comparables that the homeowner would expect to see anyway.
Superb. Thanks for taking time to talk
Thank you,
to me.
David.